There has been growing concern about the quality of South African education. Authorities are being pressed hard to find solutions, especially for the mathematics and science. Last year, it was graded at the bottom of the pile in those areas by the World Economic Forum. Sumitra Naidu tells us more.
South Africa last year ranked last out of 62 countries by the World Economic Forum for the quality of its maths and science education. There's been a marked decline in engineering and science students. At present, only a third of the country's school-going population at foundation level can do maths or are even literate. Yet a strong education system is crucial in growing a country's economy and alleviating high levels of poverty and unemployment.
For the first reason is that we have people who can think, and I think that's really important. Then we have more accountants, we have more engineers, we have people who can build the bridges, who can send our satellites into space and translate the data. We have improvements in health. I think there's a whole lot of developmental things that come from having people with tertiary degrees, not only in maths and science, and not only university degrees, but also vocational degrees. We need plumbers, we need skilled engineers on the factory floor, as well as people who can build bridges. But I think there's a whole lot of economic benefits and a whole lot of social benefits.
Under apartheid, black people were not allowed to pursue a maths or science teaching career. The Department of Basic Education has implemented a strategy to improve literacy and numeracy. Projects like the Square Kilometre Array is starting to generate interest in the mathematics and scientific fields once again.
We actually need to start looking from a primary school level, because maths and science is the big issue in education. So we've provided 35 bursaries, in fact this current year, to schools all around the region in primary school, and then we build them up and mentor them with maths and science, and then try and see how we can develop them and get them into tertiary institutions. So it's not just FET focus or technician level. We really want to get them into tertiary institutions to start, studying science and astronomy and all the exciting things.
It was only recently that maths and science was introduced in the schools here in Carnarvon, but that's one of the conditions for the SKA team, that they will ensure that there's further development of education in science and technology.
If we want science labs in every school, we are going to have to pay for it. So there is a need to put money where our mouths are. And I think South Africans are willing to do that. If they know that government didn't steal the money, if they know that it went to good science training as well as good science labs, they would do it. So I think we need to have a holistic and a multi-leveled strategy that's going to tackle maths and science and all the other deficits that we have as a nation, which we shouldn't have.
While there is a long road to travel, South Africa should be aspiring to put scientists out in space to find cures for diseases such as malaria plaguing the continent, to be innovating and to maximize its abundance of raw materials and resources. The only way to do that is to ensure a fully functioning education system. Sumitra Naidu, CCTV.